Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. Today guys, we are continuing with this Rex to Riches Car 4 and we're going to be painting the rear quarter. I've got all the bits and pieces, all the paint. You can see that just in the distance there, we've got a new door, well, second-hand door, but it's in colour. So yeah, that should just go straight on. Got a wing mirror as well, but we've got to swap over the wing mirror cover. Yeah, because it's black. But I want to concentrate. Sorry, I want to concentrate on the painting the rear quarter. I'm gonna rub it all down, get the sandpaper done, get all the sanding, any sort of extra filling we need to do that. And we can sort of just jump in between whilst we're getting that prepped. And if I have to refill it with some more filler, we'll jump on the front brakes, take the wheels off, check all that sort of side of it. So we'll just be jumping about a little bit today, but hopefully we can really get a push on when it comes to the painting. I don't know if I want to get the base coat and the lacquer on today because I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure it's done right. Yeah, we'll just have to see how far we get. So guys, let's get cracking. Let's do this. Right guys, so yesterday, went over to the paint shop and got some base coat for this KA. We've got some Scotch pads as well, some grey ones, so we can key it up around where we need to. I've got some more, they're panel wipes. So, yeah, got some of those. I'm going to be using this small one for doing the primer over here. We don't need a lot, to be honest with you. We don't need a great deal of primer. And I can mix it up and then just, if I need to, just top it up, just put a bit in here. But we don't need a lot. So, yeah, that's for the primer. This is for the base coat and the lacquer. Also got some more filters. Just got some bits and pieces, really, just to help out continue. This was like, this box of 100 filters was like, what do you say it was? 12 quid for those. So yeah, I also, well, I didn't pick it up because I left it behind. He's going to drop it off today, the paint shop. But I purchased, do you know one of those boxes? It's got like a box of film, and then you just pull it right over the car, like film the whole car, cover it. I think it's 4 meters by 150 meters in a little box. I did get one, but I left it behind. I could not believe... what it was is I started talking to the guy at the paint shop. And the next minute I know, I'm like, I'm out and I'm driving down the road and I'm thinking, hold on a minute, where's my box of film? So I phoned him. He said, don't worry, he's going to drop it out to me at some point today. So hopefully that'll be pretty quick. He can drop it out. We can cover the car. But obviously we want to get the... can I cover it with something else to do the primer? Probably. I've probably got something else I can cover it for the moment, just while we get the primer done. And then we can cover it to do the base coat and the lacquer afterwards. We can properly set it up. So, yeah, there we go. I have got the door, like I said, it's in colour. Exactly the same match. It does look a little bit different shade, but I have put it up against it already, and it does... It's absolutely spot on, so we haven't got to paint that. I've got the wing mirror up here as well, so we'll just swap over that cover, like I said, onto that one, and yeah, this one's completely busted. There's no chance at all of saving that. So yeah, so that was 50 quid. The door was £100, and the paint wasn't. I'll show you what I've done over here. I've started to put down the numbers of what it's going to cost for each thing now. So you can see the car, the keys cut, the paint. I put £60 for paint, but it wasn't £60. The paint tin was 20? 21? Okay, it's 21. So that was 21, but when I sort of, one of these or a few of these, some Scotch pads, some filters, the cover, the sandpaper, the filler, once you add all that together, I'd put it down for 60 quid. So That's what I've done. The door was 100, the wing mirror was 50, a tyre I got changed yesterday. That was 30 for the front tyre because that was completely flat and had a flat spot on it. So I couldn't use that and pump it back up. MOT 35 and the wheel trims. I'm going to get some new wheel trims. £25, job done. I've actually tallied that up and it comes to £100, just over £100 more than this. So that should be our cost. £1,700, just over £1,700. That's it. That should be job done. But we'll see. You know, you just never know what comes up, what pops up. We might need some other bits and pieces for it. I don't know yet. So we'll see. But let's get cracking with this. Going to start rubbing it all down and see if we can get this flat and make it, you know, looking the best we can. So I'll set you up. Let's do this, guys. Let's go for it. Right, guys, so I'm making some real good progress at the minute. You just see me just rub it all down and getting the flat spots out and stuff like that. It's still got some, you know, some indentations here, some low spots on the filler, which we've got to, we've got to refill those pieces there. Not too much. This here, I've left this piece here because this is quite low here. So I just want to go over this part here like that and build that up a little bit more, making sure that's a bit flatter. It's not quite where I want it to be. So I want to bring that out, bring it up a little bit, bring it out. So yeah. Apart from that, there's a couple up here. You can't really see them that well until you clean and panel wipe it. Then you can actually see that there's quite a few low spots on the filler. I don't want to keep going too far, especially on this point here, because I'm trying to keep that line going through. You can see that it goes through like that. I'm trying to keep that through there. So the more you rub it down, the less chance you've got of keeping that there. So I'm going to build that up a little bit, get those low spots there in the filler, redo that. But I've got to show you down this quarter, this arch here. You can see that again. There's some very small low spots on the filler. Got to hit those. But see where I've done this marker pen going around the arch. So that is the sort of the line that goes around. You can see it goes around like that. So that's why I did that. Actually doing that really helped. I possibly I should have done it at the top here, to be fair, but I've more or less got that pretty good where it is. But if I draw the line across there, I knew to sand it this way and sand it up. But this arch, that's come out really good. Like, that position where it is so good. I'm super happy with that. So basically rub down this bit first and then sort of gradually feathered it back towards the body on that corner, and it's come out really, really well. So doing that marker pen really helped out where it was. So if you're ever doing this kind of work yourself, make sure you get a marker pen and just mark that line where the arch is. And yeah, you can't go wrong really, but yeah, it's really helped. So let me set you up. Let's wash it all off. I'm going to get a panel wipe, clean it all off, and then we're going to hit this with a tiny bit of filler, not a lot. And then we'll hit it again, and then we'll wait for it to dry, and then we're going to move on to something else. So let's crack on with that. Let's do that first. Right, so there we go. Just another quick going over with a little bit of filler. I'll panel wiped it first just to check to make sure in the low spot there's probably a little bit there, to be honest with you, but I can probably get that down a little bit. So after that's dried and we've rubbed that down, fingers crossed that should be ready for primer. But we will see, you know, once I start rubbing it down. So for the moment, let's move on to the next thing that we need to do. I don't really want to get into the door side of it for the moment, because keeping the door there means I haven't got to cover the one we need to fit. So let's just leave it there. But we can move on to the other stuff that we need to do around the car, like check for check all the service part of it. So we'll whip the front off there, check that air filter, see if that's okay, if it needs replacing, or it just can just stay as it is. I've got a funny feeling that this has been serviced well. I will see if I can find some sort of service history. If you go to, obviously, there's a little postcode here. Find out where that postcode is and this place. I'll give them a call, give them the registration, and we'll see if there's any service history for this car. That'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd be excellent if I can find some service history. But I do want to take off, as I told you before, I've changed the tyre. This is a great tyre, by the way. This is a part worn. Yeah, but look at this part worn. It's a Bridgestone part worn. And look at that tread. It's like brand new. It was like £30. Incredible. So that's off. We're going to check the brakes both sides, take all the calipers off, I think I'm going to get the disc off, clean the discs up, really sort of give it a good service around. We'll whip off the back ones as well, take the back wheels off. We'll check the drums at the back, make sure they're working all good and okay. Give them a service as well. Just do some bits and pieces around the car whilst we're waiting for that filler to dry, because I really want to get it. There's no way we're going to get base coat and lacquer done today. There's just no way. In fact, I don't want to rush it. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but today, really want to get this rub down prepped, and then the primer, at least get the primer done. So yeah, let's crack on. I'll set you up on the tripod. Let's get these wheels off. Let's have a look at the brakes on this car, and just keep moving forward. So yeah, let's do this, guys. Right guys, so that's that one all done. Took it all apart, had a look at it, cleaned it all up. It's like these discs are literally brand new, and the pads are so much. They look absolutely brand new in there. So there's no point wasting money and changing those if they don't need it. So yeah, we're gonna leave that like it is. It's been about an hour, so I'm assuming that this, yeah, it feels good. We can start rubbing this down now, these little patches. So let's set you up, let's crack on with this. Let's get this rubbed down. Hopefully, fingers crossed guys, that is gonna be it for the filler and the rubbing down, and then we can just get it ready. I'm gonna hit it with the primer. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's crack on with this, and let's see how far we get. Let's do this. So guys, there we go. I think we're kind of ready now to lay down some primer. As you can see, it's all covered up. I did scotch up the areas that I'm going to use on primer. Basically, if you look down it, it looks all dull. The shininess is the actual lacquer, and that's exactly what we need to take away. So when you get this scotch pad and just key it up, ready to receive the primer. So that's what I was doing, was just looking down it. It said a little bit more there, you know, just checking. It's pretty much like that really. It's all dull, yeah, ready to receive the primer. But yeah, I've just covered it all up like this, and then once we've done the primer and it all goes off, that all needs to come back off again, and need to go a little bit further with the actual main base coat. So that's what's going to happen. But for now, I'm going to prime it like this, and then we're going to see what it comes out like. So I'm going to mix up some 2-coat primer, stick it in my little gun, which is over here. I ain't tried this one yet, so it'd be interesting to see what I get results out of this. So yeah, I'll get mixing, and then I'll set you up, and let's start. I think probably 3 coats of primer, and we'll start with a nice sort of mist coat first of all, and then we'll just work up the thicknesses until we get to the 3rd coat. And then tomorrow, you know, we can leave it till tomorrow, and then tomorrow we can rub it all down, and then we can get it hit with some actual base coat. So let's keep going. Let's do this. Right, guys, so there we go. It's had 3 coats, and yeah, it's all primed up, ready to go for tomorrow. I'll take it all off, and then tomorrow we'll wet sand with some 1500, maybe 600 wet and dry sandpaper. Just go over it, just wet dry it, just get it all sort of, sanded down, especially the edges where the actual primer is hit. They've got to be taken back pretty good. So yeah, we are definitely getting there. Is it perfect 100%? No, it isn't, to be honest with you. I can pick faults in it, and I'm probably, most of you could pick faults on it, but this is what it's all about. It's about just, getting used to it, getting to know it, and sort of just keep going at it. It's just a trial and error thing, and it's going to be a cheap car anyway. But it's I'm getting used to doing these kind of bits and pieces on paintwork. So hopefully I'm going to get better and better at doing paintwork and repair and bodywork and stuff like that. So. But it is, you have to really take your time, and that's why I went backwards. I don't know if you saw me. When I've done the first coat of primer, I saw a few bits and pieces, and I wasn't happy with it, so I had to rub it down again. So I'm always, if I have to go backwards, I need to go backwards. But it's at least it's a lot better than what it was. So, yeah. I'm trying to keep those lines going through, the arch line going through as well. I'm just trying to keep those bits and pieces the best I can. And then paint her up, and then just see what it comes out like. Hopefully I can get the base coat and the lacquer sitting, pretty well. But again, if I'm not happy with it, guys, it's got to go to the paint shop. But I've got to try, I have to keep trying these things. So, yeah, the guy turned up with the box of film, and it's the 4 metres by 150 metres. Pretty cheap, to be honest with you. This is like, I think it was 22 quid for the whole box. So we'll use that to actually cover the whole car. But I'm not going to paint the car there. I'm going to probably move it over to here into the middle so that we can put the gazebo over it. And then that should give us, again, a nice enclosed sort of space to get the car painted. That's the plan anyway. But I think for the moment, what we've got to do is we've got to take all this back off now. And just, I don't know if I've got to peel it now. I don't know. I could probably peel back the... Well, I've done it now, so... There you go, see? I could probably... Yeah, let me peel it all back. I'll uncover the whole car, and then we'll have a look at it, and then maybe we'll set the car up ready for tomorrow morning. We'll set it up over here, and then tomorrow morning, it literally is just, paint it, give it a good go. We know this is car 4 of the Rex the Riches series. I'm already looking for car 5, I'll be honest with you, for this series, because I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying to see what I can move up, and what I can get, and what we can end up with by the end of the year. I have found one that's coming up at the end of this week. Whether or not it will go for the right money, and whether or not, well, I say that we're probably going to make a couple of grand. What do we have? 1,600 on this car. So if I can sell it, and sort of on the next car 5, we can, have a little pot of maybe, I don't know, 2.5. Then that'll be great, and we can then move on and up into other cars. I found one it's a non-runner, engine seized, but I know that the engine's seized. I know what I can get another engine for, or it'll be a great bit of content if I get this car, I win it, and we take the engine out, we strip it down, we change what we need to change on the engine, and we put it back together. How cool would that be if I could get that done? I'm not going to tell you what car it is, because if I might not win it, and then I've got you all excited about a certain car, and it's not going to happen. So I will, let you know on my Instagram account if I do win it at the end of the week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes for the right money and it's worth grabbing. So, but for now, let's crack on. Let's keep going, because I'm really enjoying this at a minute so far. So let's I'll set you up. Let's start getting all this back off, and then we'll have a look at it and then see what we can do, and then we can start moving the car over to the other side. I've still got to do the other side of the brakes as well. Brake, what I've done on the front this one. So I've got to strip it down and service the brakes on the other side. So there's still other bits and pieces to do, but time is ticking along now. We are going, I think it's 1:30 now, so we are sort of getting close, really, to getting to the end of the day. So for me anyway, because I have to stop at a certain time, then I have to do the editing, then I have to sort of do the uploads, and so for me it kind of, we're getting close. So guys, that's enough waffling. Let's crack on and let's get this car ready to paint tomorrow. So let's do this. Right, guys, so as you can see, I was just sort of setting up my location ready to paint tomorrow. It's not quite a good fit. I thought it might have fit quite well in there and snug, but it don't fit great. So, yeah, might have to open up that side and then just cover it. I'll open that up and then cover it with a sheet in the right position, and then we'll probably move it to the back a little bit, the gazebo, and then we'll see the position of it, and maybe I'll be able to just have to get it over the sides and then get a front ear or something. But something's better than nothing. I don't just want to do it out in the open in the actual workshop. At least we're trying to contain the overspray as much as I can, and then I'll wet the floor tomorrow before I start spraying. But I'm just trying to set it up ready for tomorrow. So let's keep going for now. Let's get it in the right position. Well, I'll cover it up with the sheet, with the polythene sheet, and then we'll see what it's going to be like. So let's keep going. But yeah, I'm quite happy the way that primer's come out, the way it looks. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest with you. It feels really good. Obviously, you've got like a hard edge going across where the tape was, but that's got to go down with the wet and dry sandpaper. And then, as long as I can get it laid down properly, like and it goes right, and there's no runs. That's what I'm worried about, is the runs. In the lacquer, not really worried about that, but in the base coat, yeah, a little bit concerned with runs. But I think what I've got to do is take this door off. So once we get it in the right position, take this door off, then cover it with the sheet, and then just tape it down there, so I can get that with a little bit of base coat as well and a little bit of lacquer, and then obviously, it's covered up. Actually, I could probably leave the door on, can I? Don't know, actually. I'll work it out, see how long it's going to take to get that door off. I think it's just a case of undoing this one here and then threading it through there, undo that, and then undoing, is it that one on the hinge? Undoing one of them on the hinge, and then it should just lift off, I think. Yeah, it should just lift off. So yeah, hopefully I can do that pretty quick and get this door off. That way it's out of our way then, and then I can just cover it with a sheet completely over, and there'll be no no paint going in there. So that'll be good. Let's keep going. I've got a little bit more time. It is running away with me now, so the time, but let's just see how far we get. Let's get as much done as we can today. So yeah, let's do it, guys. So guys, there we go. On my first sheeting over and taping up. I've still got to do a few bits and pieces. I've run out of time today, but we'll get it in the morning. I just want to attend this wheel arch here and make sure nothing goes up there, but especially because obviously I'll be spraying like this. I don't want it to go up there. Really, I should have took this wheel arch off, but it's done now. Yeah, I'll remember that for next time. So what I'll do is I'll pull this plastic back forward a little bit and then tape it off around the back of the wheel arch, and then just sort of tape it around there so it just sort of covers it up. But yeah, it's getting there. So basically, what I've learned is once you've rubbed that down, the primer, and it's all wet and dried back a little bit, you have to. So basically, the paint is going to finish probably about here, halfway, where I've taped it here. So it's going to finish halfway a little bit, and then the rest of this is going to be clear lacquer. So you do it a little bit, and then you're further along with clear lacquer. But the whole area has got to be scuffed up a little bit and ready to receive any paint. Exactly the same as this. With this bit, I'll probably just go up sort of there with the paint, maybe, and then continue the rest with the lacquer up to there. Again, paint up to about here, and then continue the rest with the lacquer. Same with the bottom. Bottom is pretty close, so I'll probably end up sort of getting it to there, the paint to that bit there, and then the bottom, continue it, feather it in with the lacquer going through. So, yeah, I'm talking like I know what I'm talking. I'm just literally just looked into it, and that's you know, I'm still learning, guys, aren't I? I'm still learning, you know that. But I just want to try and do the best I can with it, and that's what I think you've got to do. But you have to key up all this, get rid of all this shiny. You have to get rid of all this shiny so it can feather it into it with the lacquer. So that's the plan. But yeah, I took the door off. A lot easier with the door off, to be honest with you. So now I can really get into that edge there. So that when I paint it in, and then when you shut the door, it won't be as noticeable. So I wanted to really get in there. To do that, I had to take the door off, which is a couple of bolts, and took the wiring loom out, and that door stay, and it just popped up. So that's pretty cool. That weren't too bad. Probably put a solid wall here, like one of those over here, and then this end I'll probably have the door, so I can have a zip door here to go in and out when we're doing it tomorrow. But so far so good. It's getting there. But yeah, what do you think? I had to cut the poles down a bit at the bottom to allow for the bottoms to go down a little bit further, just to stop it from, you know, stop it sort of going any further. So I just cut the bottoms of the poles. Don't tell Mrs. Resurwreck, because she thinks she's getting this gazebo back for the garden. That ain't happening. that definitely ain't happening. But don't tell her. Yeah, anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed what I'm doing on this car for the Resurwreck Car 4. Got loads of, still got, I'm going to really push it this week, this car, and hopefully get it done, finished by the end of the week. If we can do that, then, yeah, happy days. Like, honestly, it's incredible. Got seriously lucky with the engine, didn't I? With the key. You know, when it runs and drives and starts, got seriously lucky there. But I think overall, it's going to turn out a nice one. If I can get this, looking the best I can. So far, so good. It's definitely moving along. I know that's not 100% perfect. And there's a couple of indentations and a couple of bits where I think, I could have gone more filler, but I just didn't want to sort of go over the top with the filler. I don't know what it is with that, but just, yeah. But I think it'd be all right. I think it'd be all right in the end. So that's going to be the end of today's video, guys. I'm absolutely shattered. I'm going to get home, have some dinner and chill out, and then answer all your comments. So drop me a comment, guys, and don't forget, give the video a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. So we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.